On episode 187 of the 40 Plus Fitness Podcast, I'm going to share my favorite health and fitness gifts. You can find the show notes for this episode at 40plusfitnesspodcast.com/187.
Have you decided you're ready to make a change? To reclaim your health and fitness? The 40 Plus Fitness Podcast is here for you. I'm your host, Alan Meisner. I'm an NSAM certified personal trainer with a specialization in corrective exercise and fitness nutrition. Let me be your coach as you find your way on your health and fitness journey. All right, let's go.
So on today's episode, I'm going to share 11 great health and fitness gifts that you can buy for others or for yourself. Now, if you go to 40plusfitnesspodcast.com/187, on there you're going to find links to each of these. And these are gifts or things that I own, most of them. There's a couple that I don't own, but I'm interested in getting. So if you're in the gift-giving mood, you can definitely send one my way. But that said, all of the links on the show notes for this episode are going to be affiliate links. If you click on that link, the show will get a small commission. So again, if you're going to do any Christmas shopping this year, any holiday or gift giving this year, I really would appreciate if you would go and click on one of those links. You don't have to buy that gift, but it would be good for them if you did. But anything you buy after clicking on that affiliate link within the 24 hours, Amazon is nice enough to give us a small kick on that. So again, I appreciate that, and I do hope you enjoy the episode. All right. So the first gift that I have on my list of great health and fitness gifts is a yoga mat. And I know you've seen these around, pretty easy to carry around, pretty easy to roll up. But what they do for us, a yoga mat is a great tool that makes it easy for us to get down on the floor and be comfortable with that. Not just for yoga, but for pretty much anything that you're going to get on the floor to do. And a lot of the mobility work that we'll do, a lot of the stretching that we'll want to do to maintain our mobility and flexibility is going to benefit from us having a yoga mat. So a yoga mat is a great tool, a great piece of equipment for you to have for those times that you want to get on the floor, do some stretching, and do some mobility work. The second item that I have on my health and fitness gifts is not so sexy, not so crazy, and probably one maybe you would think about maybe not getting for someone else, but I can tell you it's a great gift, is a food scale. Too often, I think it's too easy for us to miscalculate what an actual serving of a given food is. We eyeball it, and unfortunately our eyeballs are not really that accurate because we've become conditioned by eating out at restaurants to think that a serving of food is much more food than we would think it is. A standard serving of any meat product like beef or chicken is typically 3 to 4 ounces. And unfortunately, if you go to most restaurants, the smallest serving you're going to find is 6. And in many cases, I've seen steaks and I've eaten steaks, unfortunately, of as many as 24 ounces. So, having a food scale and kind of getting an understanding of what a given serving size of food is a great tool to help folks that are really struggling in this area. And so again, a food scale is a great tool. Once you start using the food scale and you get an idea of what a serving looks like, you'll need that scale less and less. But it is a really good tool to have, again, for getting that mindset of what a serving is and what a good serving is and what too much is. The third item on my list is resistance bands. Now, resistance bands are so great because they give you the opportunity to work out just about anywhere. Resistance bands give you that opportunity to do just about every single resistance exercise that you'd want to do. So you're building muscle, building resistance, and building strength, which are all important aspects for fitness. And they don't take up much space. So, one of the cool things I like about resistance bands is if I know I'm going someplace and I won't have access to a gym, or perhaps maybe I won't have time to make it to a gym, having these resistance bands gives me something that I can use in the hotel room to get a really good workout without having to worry about that. And I do have the free course. If you'll go to my Getting Started on Fitness course, and you'll see that over on 40 Plus Fitness Podcast. I've got a link to it over there in the sidebar. So you can go there, and I actually there's a couple exercises in that Getting Started on Strength program that use resistance bands. And that's typically, I'll use resistance bands for any pulling movement or for overhead movements, because those are very difficult to do with body weight. But again, it is something that you can consider as a part of your arsenal for building strength, building muscle mass, and muscle endurance. The next item on my list is the Fitbit. Now, Fitbits are really good because they give you this motivation factor. And some of the Fitbits actually do also record a heart rate, so you can get a general idea of your exertion level. After you kind of understood your heart rate for a while, it's easier for you to monitor that and know that just intrinsically by how you feel. But early on, it might be a good thing for you to kind of know what your heart rate is. And a Fitbit is an easy and convenient tool that you're wearing right there on your wrist to help you understand what your exertion level is. And again, it's kind of gamifying what's going on with your exercise. So if you set the goal to get that minimum, and again, I say minimum, of 10,000 steps a day, the Fitbit is a great tool to tell you that you're hitting that goal. I'd encourage you to set your step total a little higher than that because 10,000 is really more of a maintenance level. And if you're really trying to obtain a higher level of performance, 10,000 is not going to be what you want. So trying to set a little higher. But the Fitbit gives you that. The Fitbit helps you understand how many steps you've taken and also help you monitor your heart rate. And now they've got them tied into apps, so you literally have all that data right at your fingertips. The next item on my list is a foam roller. And I've talked about self-myofascial release before on the program as a tool for helping you build mobility. And a good foam roller is a great tool allowing you to apply that pressure to the right points in your fascia to kind of get that fascia, get that muscle to release and give you a little bit more range of motion. And again, it's just a really good tool to have around the house, or at the gym. And it's just something that I use pretty much on a regular basis. So again, a good foam roller is a good tool in your health and fitness arsenal. The next item I have are bands. And these are not like the resistance bands that I'm talking about that have the handles and allow you to do this. These are just big rubber bands. They literally look like big rubber bands. And one of the cool things about these bands is that they just have so much utility for what they can do for you in health, fitness. You can use them as mobility tools. So you can use them when you're doing your stretching to allow you to really kind of get some good movement within a joint range. Again, if you're going to do something like that, I really would make sure that you get the proper training videos or work with a professional. But bands are really good at allowing you to apply pressure in multiple directions, opposed to how you can just work them using standard gravity. Additionally, bands are really good if you're trying to work on a body weight movement like a pull-up. Bands will allow you to use them to apply pressure, apply resistance in a different way across the range of motion. So the way I kind of mean that is the hardest part of a pull-up is actually at the very bottom when your arms are fully extended. It's at that point that you're really having the hardest time because your muscles and the lever points within your arms are just not really tied up to give you the best pull opportunity. The advantage of having a band that you've attached to the bar is that now that band is in a fully extended position, so it's applying the most pressure to help pull you up. And then as you pull up, it's obviously not extended as much, so it's starting to reduce that pull. And as it reduces that pull, now you have better leverage in the muscles, so you're able to exert through that range of motion. So it gives you kind of almost more of an even pull up and down. And having multiple thicknesses, strengths of these bands allows you to slowly progress to a point where you can do pull-ups without the use of these bands at all. So they're a really good tool for helping you improve your pull-ups, and one that I use quite extensively when I'm really working on trying to build up my pull-up volume. The next item I have on my list is workout gloves. Now, I'm going to admit I'm a little bit old school, and I don't mind having some calluses on my hands. So when I go into the gym, I don't mind. I'll grab the barbells, I'll grab the dumbbells. And yes, they've got the grips on them that do kind of make your hands feel a little bit worn and do kind of give you that calloused look. I don't mind it. It's the work hand look. But I recognize I'm a guy, and I know that's a little bit different. Some folks don't want that for their hands. So having a kind of a good set of workout gloves will allow you to do the work without damaging your hand. Now, what you'll notice about most workout gloves is that they'll have kind of the fingers, half fingers. So your fingertips are actually outside of the gloves. This is kind of important for a lot of folks because the having your fingers on the outside gives you that tactile response to still be able to know that you have a good grip on what you're pulling on. So these are really good tools. They're designed well, and something that if you don't want to get that callous look, you want to keep your hands looking nice. It'll allow you to do the work without getting the damage to the hands. So that's workout gloves. Now, the next item on the list is kind of one of my favorites, and I probably should have saved it till last, but I didn't, and it's kettlebells. Now, not just any kettlebells. I really like the adjustable kettlebell sets. And one of the reasons I really like them is they just give you so many different opportunities to use kettlebells without having to buy a whole set of kettlebells. And the one I have on the show notes is literally one that it goes anywhere, I think, from 16 to 32 pounds. And so you may want to go a little lighter than that or a little heavier than that. But these adjustable ones allow you to have almost a full set of kettlebells within the space of a single kettlebell. And in fact, the one I've linked to here, I own 2 of them, which allows me to do just about every kettlebell exercise that I want to do with just those 2 kettlebells, which again, it's not something that you can do without having a full set, but this adjustable set is really cool and something I use fairly regularly when I'm doing kettlebell work. The next item I have on my list is a running belt. And I happen to link to a pink one, but you can choose your color. I have another one that's a different color. When you're out running, there's some things to think about. We're not young, and we're prone to have health issues. And you may just twist an ankle. Something just unfortunate might happen. So having your phone with you, having ID with you, and if you have a medical condition, having information in there about your medical situation could be important to saving your life. So I'd encourage you not to go out running alone if you don't have access to these things, because you get out and there's a problem, you're going to struggle. Now, I'll relate a story. I was in Hong Kong and I went out hiking over some hills. I guess a lot of people would probably call it a mountain because it was relatively intense. Now, on the trails, I got kind of lost, got kind of turned around, and I ended up coming into a part of Hong Kong that I didn't recognize. And my GPS on my phone, I happened to be carrying in my pocket, wasn't really working for me. So I also had some money stashed in there, and that allowed me to then go ahead and pay for a cab, because when I really kind of figured out where I was, I realized I was now somewhere around 12 miles from where I was needed to go. And so, again, I'd come over the other side of that hill. It was really going to be problematic for me to get back where I wanted to go. So I did get into a taxi. Now, so that was just kind of one of those simple things of having the things with you so that you're safe and don't have a problem. That's kind of important. So, having this running belt with you is a safety. And a lot of them will have, kind of the reflective features and whatnot. That's also a good idea to consider as you go. But, again, having all the things with you that you need to be safe is kind of important. And a lot of the running shorts and things that you might be wearing may not have pockets to do the things that you want to do. So a running belt will let you carry your phone, carry some money, carry some identification, and any kind of medical information that you might need. So now we're getting to the fun ones. When I do all my recording here, I actually use an adjustable desk. Now the one I have here is a little bit more fancy than the one that I linked to on the website. I just found one that I felt has everything that I would want if I were looking for an adjustable desk. Now, they say that, basically sitting is the new smoking. It's a little intense to me. I don't know that it's quite as bad. Maybe it is, but I do know that you need to be moving around as much as you can, and sitting for long periods of time does cause a lot of mobility issues. It causes a lot of other health issues. So having an adjustable desk, not just a standing desk, but an adjustable desk that allows you to do ups and downs during the course of the day is really optimal. So having an adjustable desk is probably one of the most important health and fitness things that you can do. And again, if you're giving this as a gift, this is an awesome, awesome gift. You're really doing someone a huge, huge favor. If they need a desk and you're buying them an adjustable desk, it's something that they should be very, very happy that you've done for them. And the final item on my list, and if you are looking to buy me a gift, this is the one I want you to buy me, is a desk treadmill. I would love to have a desk treadmill. In fact, I'd probably, if I don't get one for Christmas this year from you, I'll probably be buying one for myself. I linked to one. It's a relatively moderately priced item for what it does, but it basically allows you at a standing desk to walk at a slow pace. And most people will be able to walk at a 1 to 2 mile per hour pace and continue to do their work. And you'd be surprised over the course of a day if you're walking for a lot of your work day because you're sitting and standing on this treadmill and walking at your standing desk. Again, you got the adjustable desk, you got it in a standing position. You get more comfortable typing. You get more comfortable doing the other things that you do at your desk, writing, answering the phone, and whatnot, that you hardly notice the number of miles that you can put on during a day, even walking at that 1 to 2 mile per hour pace. So, these are the 11 gifts that I think are pretty much the coolest things that you can do for somebody, because a gift that really focuses on someone's health and fitness really tells them that you care about them. You care about their health and care about their longevity, and you want them to be around. So I'm going to recap these real quick, not spend a lot of time on them, but I do want to go back through them. So number one is a yoga mat. There's so much utility in a yoga mat, being able to get on the floor comfortably, do your stretching, do your mobility work, and if you're so inclined, do some yoga. A food scale, maybe not so sexy, but just kind of a nice little gift to help people understand food portioning and food sizes as they go through the process of understanding the right lifestyle, understanding how we fix ourselves and get more healthy. The resistance bands allow you so much utility from a resistance workout, from a almost weightlifting, but with the resistance bands. And the fact that the bands, again, the more they stretch, they really do kind of work well with the body as far as how our bodies were designed to deal with leverage. And they apply more pressure as you get more into the lever points. So resistance bands are awesome. I actually own a set myself, several sets, and I actually bought some as gifts. So this is the resistance bands are actually gifts that I give away, and I'm in love with them. I bought a whole bunch of them, and again, gifts that I give all the time. Next is the Fitbit. I own a Fitbit. I've owned many Fitbits over the years. I love them. I think they're very motivational from a gamification of getting your steps in and understanding what you're doing. The newer models that do the heart rate, I think that's an incredible tool to help people understand the exertion level, particularly when you're trying to target something. So like when I'm doing my high intensity interval training, I love having my Fitbit on because I can kind of get an idea when I'm done hitting recovery. So I know when my workout's done, because I'm only going to push to a given point. And the Fitbit is kind of one of those really cool tools that I like to have to tell me, okay, you're not recovering, you've done enough of these intervals, call it a day. Next is a foam roller. Working on mobility is key at our age, and so having a good foam roller that you can work on at home, even while you're watching TV, just kind of getting down, you've already got your yoga mat, you get down with that foam roller and you work on really kind of making sure that your muscles are relaxing and releasing, getting the full range of motion, very, very important. Next are the bands, and these bands can be very helpful where you're trying to build strength but don't quite have the lever points working in the right way. Because here's kind of the problem with that I didn't get into before is if you're not strong enough to get yourself started on the pull-up, you'll never make the pull-up. You may be strong enough in the top end of it, but just not strong enough in the bottom. And these bands will help get you to that point. And over time, you'll as you reduce the thickness of your bands and work your way up, that progression is going to get you better and better at doing the pull-ups yourself. Again, I love them. I use them all the time. Just really a good part of building total strength in your pull-up and building your reps up. Next, this is a product I don't use, again, because I don't mind having calluses, but workout gloves. When you get in the gym, there's a lot of reasons people don't want to lift weights. Having your hands tore up might just be one of them. And if that's the case, having a good set of workout gloves is something that you might really enjoy. And so something easily you can put in your workout bag, and you're not going to mess up your hands when you hit the dumbbells or the barbells. The next is the kettlebell, but not just any kettlebell. I like the adjustable kettlebell because it doesn't take up much space and it really gives me the convenience of having a full set. When you actually look at the pricing of what it would cost to buy a whole set of kettlebells, the adjustable kettlebells are really a bargain for what you get. And the set I have here, like I said, I've got 2 sets just like that. I love them. I love the way they work. Very, very well made, very good tools, and it gives me a whole kettlebell set in very, very little space and very, very economical. Next is a running belt. Having stuff with you when you go on your run is important. A good running belt is going to keep this stuff from flopping up and down. It's going to keep it close to your body so you don't really, feel like you're encumbered by it, but yet you do have the convenience of having your phone, your identification, maybe some money for cab fare if you need it. And again, any medical information that you might want to share with someone in case you're not able to respond to their queries yourself. Next is an adjustable desk. I have an adjustable desk here in my home office. I also have one in my office where I go to work every day. So adjustable desks are one of the kind of key health and fitness tricks that I have to maintaining my health and fitness so that I'm not sitting all the time, I'm not standing all the time, but I really do kind of have that best of both worlds environment with my adjustable desk. And finally, and again, hint, hint, if you're looking to give away a gift, this is one you can give to me, is the desk treadmill. It's a really cool thing to be able to walk during the day and do your work. When we were hunters and gatherers, we would spend a large portion of our day walking about, finding the things that we needed, the food, the firewood, all the different things that we needed to repair our houses and things that we would do. We were constantly on the move during the day. Now, not high intensity running, but more of that moderate moving around, getting what we needed and doing that. And with a good walking desk, a good walking desk treadmill, you literally can be walking, typing, taking phone calls, writing, doing all the things that you would do at your desk during the day, but doing that in a mobile way that's just really doing a lot for your health and fitness. I do hope you enjoy 40 Plus Fitness, and I really do hope that you're getting something out of this that you find helpful in your health and fitness journey. We're getting ready to get into the holidays, and I know this is a time where we kind of all typically like to kick back and not do a lot of things. So it's easy to kind of let your health and fitness go a little bit during this period of time, but I hope you won't. And that's why I really wanted to kind of make sure that I had an episode like this where you, as you were looking at the gifts you were going to buy, either for someone else or for yourself, you'd kind of keep health and fitness top of mind for yourself or for those around you. And if you do want to do something to support the show, I really would appreciate it. You can go to the show notes for this episode, 40plusfitnesspodcast.com/187. Any of those links you click on are going to take you to Amazon. You don't have to buy that. Anything you buy after you click on that link for the next 24 hours, they're going to give us credit for that, and we will get a small commission. Right now, our commission is, for this month, is going to be about 6%. So not a big thing, but anything you do buy there after you've clicked on, if you're going to be doing the shopping anyway, it doesn't cost you anything, and it does support the show. Really appreciate that. And then any other time that you're interested in supporting the show, you're going to find that support link on our homepage, 40plusfitnesspodcast.com /support if you want to go there. And you can either make a donation directly or you can click on the Amazon link there. And anytime you click on those links and go to the Amazon, they are going to provide us with a commission. The commission ranges from 4% up. Like I said, a few of you have been really, really nice to go ahead and start using that link. I noticed a lot of you bought the fasting book that Dr. Fung and Jimmy Moore put out. Again, I think that's a great read. I'm glad you guys are getting a lot out of that. And if there's any of the books that I cover, obviously all the links there are going to lead to that. So I do appreciate the support for the show. It helps cover some of the hosting costs, some of the production costs, because this isn't free. I'm glad I'm able to do it for you, and any support you can give me, I greatly appreciate. Next time on the 40 Plus Fitness Podcast, I've done the research and I'm going to answer the question for you. Is coffee good for you? That's going to be episode 188. Is coffee good for you? Until then, have a happy and healthy day.